children, teacher is going to take the remaining part of the lesson. In the previous classes, we have already seen 5 types of movements, isn't it? Which are they? Rotation, circular motion, linear motion, oscillation and vibration. When it comes to vibration, we saw that many things around us vibrate, isn't it? And we understood what vibration is. So what is vibration? Very fast oscillation is vibration. So I hope this portion is very clear for you. Now, we learnt about these 5 types of movements, isn't it? How does it help us in our daily life? What is the use of these type of motions? Do they help us in our daily life? Have you seen these motions taking place all around us? So today, we are going to certain things which tells us that these type of motions happens all around us. So look at this video of the sewing machine. It is a common machine which you have at home. Most of us has a sewing machine at home. So if you look at the working of the sewing machine, you can understand what all things are going on there. What all types of motions can you see in the sewing machine? Yes, we can see the needle is going up and down. The wheel of the sewing machine is turning. The big wheel is turning, the small wheel is turning down. If you have to make it move, we have to press the pedal. What all types of motion can you take out from a sewing machine? Yes, there is the rotation of the wheels, isn't it? Then there are things which are moving right round. Circular motion is going on. When you're putting the leg on the pedal, what is happening there? The pedal is oscillation, isn't it? It is oscillating up and down. Then the needle, isn't it? It is going up and down straight like this. So that is linear motion. And then when you're stitching, if you keep the cloth goes straight. So that is also linear motion. So we saw all these type of motions happening in a sewing machine. Now tell me, to make the sewing machine work, do we have to turn all the parts? We have a pedal, we have a small wheel on top, we have a big wheel down, and we have a needle. Have we to turn all the parts there? No, isn't it? Why? What do we do? We know that if we have to put something in motion, we have to apply force. But where do we apply force on a sewing machine? Yes, we apply force on the pedal. And what happens there? When we apply force on the pedal starts moving. And the pedal is connected to the big wheel. So the big wheel starts rotating. When the big wheel rotates, what happens? That motion is passed to the small wheel on top. And inside there are certain machinery things inside the machine which we cannot see. All these parts start turning, and in turn it puts the needle to motion. So the needle starts working and we can stitch. So, did you find anything which is helping the motion from the pedal to reach the needle? Anything on a machine did you find which helps the motion to go from one end to the other? For that, I will show you a small instrument, a toy which I have made. This you have already seen. It is in your textbook. Now teacher has made this toy using an old mission oil bottle. Okay, so this is very easy to make, and I have made holes here and I have made a hole here, and I have inserted this stick inside, and I have kept all this so that it will not fall off, and I have inserted a thread inside, and I have tied like this. Now here there is a thread. I want to make the fan work. So what am I doing? I have tied a thread here, okay? Now watch. What did we see? What did we see? We saw that when I pulled the thread, the fan on top started working, isn't it? It started turning. So what did I do here? I have tied a thread in such a way so that it makes the fan to move. So what is helping me? What am I doing? What motion is this when I am pulling? Yes, this is linear motion, isn't it? What motion is this here? This is rotation. Here, this thing is also rotating, isn't it? So here, I am starting with linear motion and it is ending up with rotation. So what is helping the fan to rotate here? What is helping? Yes, the thread is helping, isn't it? I am pulling on this thread. I am not touching anywhere. I am just holding this bottle. So when I am pulling this thread here, what is happening? This stick which is inserted is rotating. When the stick is rotating, the fan is also rotating along with it. So the force which is applied here is carried over till this position, isn't it? So how is it carried over? What did I make use of? I made use of a thread. Now tell me, do we have something like this in a sewing machine? Yes, isn't it? We have something like that in the sewing machine. What is that thing which is there in the sewing machine that is helping the force applied on the pedal to reach the needle? Yes, there is a belt on the sewing machine. Have you seen that belt? Look carefully into that video once more. You can see the belt. So I am pressing the pedal. The pedal is connected to the big wheel. When the big wheel rotates, there is a tire, a thread, belt tied on the big wheel, and it is connected to the small wheel on top. So when this thread is turning, what happens? It is putting the small wheel into motion, which is connected to the needle, and the machine moves. So unless we give force on the pedal, the machine will not move. Nowadays you know that there is electric machine that is different. Teachers talking about the manual machine. So there we saw that the force applied on one position, one part of the machine, sets into motion all the other parts with the help of certain arrangements. So what is that arrangement that we saw in a machine here? Yes, there is a belt or a tire, isn't it? Same way. Watch the cycle. You have a cycle at home. You can watch it when we have only pedaled the cycle, isn't it? We have not watched the motion. So look at the cycle here. Where are we giving the force on the cycle? We are giving the force on the cycle on the pedal. We are kicking only on the pedal. But what is happening? There is a thing connected from one wheel to the other. The back wheel is connected to the front wheel with the help of a belt, isn't it? Isn't it? There is a belt which is connected from the back wheel to the front wheel. That is called as a chain. It is a chain, isn't it? From the back wheel to the front wheel. And you can see on the wheel there are small grooves, isn't it? Teeth like things. So that the chain sits correctly into it. So that connects the chain connects the back wheel to the front wheel of the cycle. So we are giving force only on the pedal, but it makes the back wheel to turn, and in turn the chain moves and it helps the front wheel to turn and the cycle moves. So here in this arrangement in the cycle, what is made use of there? Yes, a chain is made use of in a cycle. In a sewing machine, a belt is made used of. Okay, so these two things we learned, isn't it? Now we know about a car. In the car, there are things which we cannot see. So when you sit in a car, if you have seen somebody driving a car, we can see the driver is sitting in the car and there is an accelerator inside. When we press on the accelerator, the car moves. How does it move? Yes, there is something, an arrangement called as wheel and axle. So what is a wheel and axle? An axle is a long rod-like pipe. It has got the 4 wheels are connected on the axle. You can see in this video here. The 4 wheels are connected on the axle. So when we put pressure or force on the accelerator, that turns the engine, and when the engine moves, the one wheel is moving and there are arrangements inside which will make the two wheels to move. The axle in the center will move this way and the wheels, it is connected and the wheels will move. That is how the car is moving. So the force is applied only on the accelerator, but that force reaches the wheel and it starts moving. That arrangement is called as wheel and axle. So today we learned that the force applied on one part of the machine can be transferred to the other parts of the machine so as to put the machine into working. How? Using certain arrangements such as belt, chain, wheel and axle, and many more things are there. Okay, so how can we make a machine move? How does the movement transferred from, how is the movement transferred from one part of the machine to the other? Using certain arrangements such as belt, chain, wheel and axle, etc. I hope it is very clear for you. Thank you, children.